It's time for your starting lineup for tonight's championship race. John Hunter Nemechek is on pole after a great regular season, but a big letdown in the playoffs, just trying to get the best that he can in points now. Starting alongside in second at his best track in his final race, the defending champion Kevin Harvick, trying to get one last win for Stewart-Haas Racing. Row 2, Austin Dillon, just trying to get everything he can in the playoffs, and Noah Gragson, trying to get Stewart-Haas Racing one last championship in their final race. Row 3, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, just trying to get one more win to end this season. Also, there has been the most ever winners in this series this season. 19 different winners so far in 32 races. Could we get 20? Row 4, Kyle Larson had a dismal year this year, as well as Daniel Suarez in the prior row. And Ty Gibbs, just trying to get everything he can in the playoffs. Row 5, Kurt Busch. Last race for him, that number 18 number, and M&M's and Mars in total. They're done after this race. Brad Keselowski, trying to get a championship. Second highest starting championship contender. Row 6, Ross Chastain would be a championship contender right now had he made the playoffs. Unfortunately, he didn't. Ricky Stenhouse did make the playoffs. He's just trying to get everything he can. AJ Allmendinger starts on the bottom of row 7, just trying to get calling another good result before they go full-time racing next year. And then Ryan Preece trying to get Stewart-Haas one last win in their final race. Row 8, best friends, Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace, last week's winner, had a dismal first half of the year, having a great second half. Ryan Blaney going for a championship, third highest championship contender. Row number, I believe this is 9, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones. Eric Jones trying to get the best that he can in Legacy's last race as a Chevy team. They move to Toyota next year. And Kyle Busch had a great season, unfortunately missed the playoffs. And hopefully RCR can get back there next year. Then in the next row, it's Joey Logano. Has gone winless this year. Still hasn't gotten that 20th win. Maybe it'll happen tonight. He's won 2 regular season finales in the past. Could he make it a third tonight? Shane Van Gisbergen going full-time racing next year, just trying to keep learning. Then the next row, Todd Gilliland and Chris Buescher. I believe this is row 11. Todd Gilliland had a pretty underrated season. Didn't start the whole way, but was really fast. And I'm really looking forward to see what that 38 team does next year. He's been a really good driver. I'm shocked he hasn't won yet. He has been really fast throughout his whole career. Hopefully he can put it all together next year with another full-time season under his belt. And Chris Buescher going for a championship, 4th highest championship contender through starting position. And then the next row are the last 2 championship contenders, the 2 closest to Noah Gragson. Jimmie Johnson, final race for him. Can he get his first championship right here, right now? Or can Christopher Bell do it in his breakout season? They both start deep behind that 10 car tonight. Let's see what they can do. Then Alex Bowman trying to hang on to 7th tonight. And Josh Berry trying to get Stewart-Haas their last win in their last race. Austin Cindric had another rough season. Corey LaJoie, at least he got his first win in Atlanta. Then we got Harrison Burton in his last race for the Wood Brothers, as Josh Berry will take over that ride. William Byron, another dismal season, just trying to cap it off with another Phoenix win. Former champion Denny Hamlin starts 31st. He had another dismal season. He is just trying to get his first win of the year and first win in a while. He has not won in a minute. Michael McDowell in his last race for Front Row before he moves to an extra team at Spire. Corey LaJoie will have a teammate next. Or actually, no. This is Corey LaJoie's last race for Spire. Who knows what's going to happen for his career. And also for the Stewart-Haas guys. Noah Gragson's going to be taking over Michael McDowell's ride. Ryan Preece doesn't have a ride for next year. Harvick's retiring. Barry's going to the Wood Brothers, and then we'll mention Chase Briscoe in a bit. But Michael McDowell is going to Spire in an extra team. So let's see what he can do in his last race for the team that really made him a winner. Then, Martin Truex Jr. starting 33rd in his final race, trying not to finish last in the playoff standings and trying to send his career off as a winner. Tyler Reddick, 34th, he is just trying to get to 7th in the standings. And starting dead last and 35th in row 18 is the guy who's taking over Martin Truex Jr.'s ride. Chase Briscoe in the 14, trying to get Stewart-Haas Racing their last ever win. He'll have to do it from last. Now you guys will get to sit and wait as the other channel's video of this will be getting started here eventually. But it's 30 laps. As always, 10-lap stages, no cautions unless there are wrecks. And now it's time to start the other channel's video. Hello everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Diecast Racing Cup Series Championship Race. We have 6 contenders for the championship, and we'll read them off, 1st through 6th. Stewart-Haas Racing, this is their last ever race. Last ever chance at the championship, trying to go for the most ever championships by a team at 3. They are currently tied with Joe Gibbs Racing for the most at 2, trying to break that tie. Noah Gragson has a 15-point lead over a Gibbs driver, Christopher Bell, in his breakout year, 15 points back. Jimmy Johnson in his last ever race, trying to get his first championship. This is the best chance he's ever going to have. Can he make it happen? He is 17 points behind Noah Gragson, his former employee. And also, this is Legacy Motor Club's last race as a Chevrolet. They will be Toyotas next season. Brad Keselowski is 28 points back. This is RFK's best chance ever. Can he get the job done? Ryan Blaney is 34 points back. Penske has a chance to get their first ever title. They have been the bridesmaid all the time in this series. Could they be the bride tonight? And RFK has both their Fords in contention for the championship, albeit Chris Buescher's dead last in those championship contenders points-wise. He is 40 points back. He is going to need a lot to go right for him, and he's going to be starting pretty deep in the field too. Then we have an awesome battle between 7th and 14th. These guys are 18 points separated, 7th through 14th. Alex Bowman, John Hunter Nemechek, Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse, Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick. This is going to be an awesome battle to see who can get in the back half of the top 10 in the point standings. That's going to be pretty fun to watch, but the championship battle trumps all. Then, the last 2 in the playoffs, Martin Truex, Kurt Busch, in their last race, trying not to finish dead last in the standings. And then we're going to go through 17th through 36th in the standings one last time. And now let's get you set up and rolling for tonight's starting lineup for the 2024 Diecast Racing Cup Series Championship Race. So, in row 1 on the pole, John Hunter Nemechek had an awesome regular season. The rookie sensation, as we like to call him, had a very disappointing playoffs, but that is okay. He can get 7th in the standings tonight, as long as he stays up in the front and maybe get a win. But this guy wants it more, I think. Kevin Harvick starting to his outside, the defending champ, in his last race at his best track, in his team's last race as well. Can he send Stewart-Haas out on a high and win his final race and their final race? Let's see. Row 2 is Austin Dillon, fighting for a top 10 in the point standings. He's got a pretty good shot at doing it. Let's see what he can do. And Noah Gragson did what he needed to do. Qualified right behind his teammate. Is way ahead of most of his contenders. Brad Keselowski's a little bit behind him, and same with Ryan Blaney. But Noah is looking really good for that championship. Row 3, Chase Elliott was having a pretty disappointing season until he won at the Roval. This is one of his better tracks as well. Could he get the job done here? Then Daniel Suarez, after tying for the championship lead last year but losing out due to wins, he's looking to cap off this dismal season with a win. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is so far through 32 races, we have had 19 race winners. The most in any season. Could we see 20 tonight? Row 4. Kyle Larson, another dismal season, trying to be that 20th winner on the year. And Ty Gibbs trying to finish top 10 in the point standings. And then in row 5, Ty Gibbs' old ride, Kurt Busch. Ty Gibbs did drive the 18 M&M's Toyota last season in his rookie season. This is the last race for the number 18 M&M's Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, and also Kurt Busch's last race. Could he win one last time? And Brad Keselowski, a championship contender starting 10th, needs a lot of points. 10 cars up front, but he can gain 28 points. It's not impossible. Row 6, Ross Chastain, had he made the playoffs, he'd be a championship contender, but he missed the playoffs. And unfortunately, his hot streak doesn't really matter now. Ricky Stenhouse trying to get top 10 in the standings. Row number 7, AJ Allmendinger trying to just getting colleagues some feedback on this new car and give them another good result before they go full-time racing and try and get his second championship next year after his first with JTG Doherty in 2019. Ryan Preece doesn't have a job for next year. This is Stewart-Haas Racing's last race. He's looking to impress teams with a victory tonight. Could he be the one to get Stewart-Haas their last win? We'll see. Row 8, the best friends, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace. Ryan Blaney, a championship contender, 34 points back. It's not impossible, but he needs a lot. Bubba Wallace had a very dismal first half of the season, but he's really picked it up in the second half and finally got his first win of the year at Martinsville last week. Could he go back-to-back tonight? Then behind them in row number 9, we have Kyle Busch, who had a great regular season but missed the playoffs, unfortunately, because he couldn't find a way to win. And Eric Jones in Legacy Motor Club's last race as a Chevy, as they move to Toyota next year, as I mentioned, they will try and get top 10 in the point standings this year. Joey Logano, it is shocking that the all-time wins leader in this series has not won a race yet. He could be that 20th winner and get his 20th career win. He'll have to do it from row 10 in the 19th starting spot. To his outside is Shane Van Gisbergen, who is going full-time racing in that number 91 Trackhouse Chevy. Could he's just trying to get more experience, but he could also win races, as we saw at Daytona, where he shocked the world. Row 11, Todd Gilliland. I'm really high on this man. He's always been fast, but just doesn't have the wins. I am shocked he has not won yet. This 38 car will be fast next year, as he has always been a really good driver. Just can't get it done, man. It's coming soon for Todd Gilliland. I guarantee it. Just watch out for that 38 team tonight and heading into next year. And then to his outside, Chris Buescher, a championship contender, albeit 40 points back, needs a lot to go right tonight. Probably needs a win. But who knows? Anything is possible. And then in row 13, I believe this is row 13. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, row 12. The two playoff drivers that are the closest to Noah Gragson, 15 and 17 points back. Jimmy Johnson and Christopher Bell start in row 12, really far behind Gragson, as they're the last two playoff contenders who qualify on time. Jimmy trying to get Legacy Motor Club's last race as a Chevy, and their first ever championship and his first ever championship as a driver owner. Christopher Bell, breakout season, trying to get Joe Gibbs the most championships by any team at 3, trying to break that tie between them and Stewart-Haas Racing. That tie will probably be broken tonight. Who knows? Next row 13, Alex Bowman trying to hang on to 7th in the standings. Josh Berry will move to the Wood Brothers Ford next year, trying to get Stewart-Haas their last win. Another lame duck season for Austin Cindric, as he'll start deep in the field. In row 14, Corey LaJoie got that win in Atlanta, but still doesn't have a job for next year. If he gets a win again, he'll probably have a job for next year. Row 15, Harrison Burton also doesn't have a job next year. This is his last race for the Wood Brothers, as well as Corey LaJoie's last race for Spire. Harrison Burton looking for another win. And just an impressive performance to impress teams and get a job for next season. William Byron also had a pretty rough season again. He's just looking to find that form that he had back in 2021, where he made the playoffs and was pretty good, even though he did not win a race. Then the next row, former champ Denny Hamlin has had a very dismal season. Although he got hot in the summer, but it's been very dismal ever since. Just another rough season for the 11 after his championship. Maybe he can be the 20th winner tonight. He hasn't won in a while. Let's see if he can do it again. Michael McDowell on his last race for Front Row before he moves over to Spire, as Front Row will gain what could be tonight's champion, Noah Gregson. They'll have him on their roster in that 34 car next year. As McDowell moves over to Spire, not in the 7 car, they'll have 2 Spire cars next year, which is big for that team. Then in row, I believe this is 17. Sorry. Martin Truex Jr., last ever race, trying to beat out his teammate Kurt Busch to not be last in the standings. In the playoffs, out of the 16 playoff drivers, trying not to be 16th out of those 16 playoff drivers. This is his last race, trying to end it off on a high with a win. Same with Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Harvick, even though Johnson would rather win and get the championship. Well, let's see what Martin Truex Jr. has in the tank for his final ever race. And Tyler Reddick, starting 34th, trying to get a top 10 in the points standings. And starting dead last in Stewart-Haas's final race with that famous 14, Chase Briscoe taking over for Martin Truex Jr.'s ride next year. If he wants to get Stewart-Haas's final win, he'll have to do it from dead last. So, 30 laps, 10-lap stages as always. No stage cautions as always throughout the playoffs. And 6 drivers will have a chance at a championship. Who will it be? We will find out in the next 45 minutes. This is also Stewart-Haas's final race. Legacy Motor Club's final race as Chevys. Harrison Burton's final race at the Wood Brothers. Corey LaJoie's final race at Spire. Michael McDowell's final race at Front Row. This is Kevin Harvick's last race ever, as well as Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Martin Truex, 4 legends of the sport. Joe Gibbs Racing, Stewart-Haas Racing, trying to break the tie of most championships by team. They both have 2, and Gregson and Bell are top 2 in the standings, looking to break that tie. Championship contenders where they start. Noah Gregson is 4th, Brad Keselowski is 10th, Ryan Blaney is 15th, Chris Buescher 22nd, Jimmy Johnson 23rd, Christopher Bell 24th. And I think it's about time we start this up. Here we go, 35 cars ready to burn it down here in Phoenix. The 2024 Diecast Racing Cup Series Championship race is underway. One last time. one goes to Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon leads. He's ahead of Noah Gregson. Kevin Harvick is already to his inside. Hey, Kevin Harvick going to the bottom. Dillon up high. Side by side for the lead on lap number 2. Hey. Been an awesome battle already, as Harvick is already really impressed so far. A lot of the championship contenders are up high. They got pretty shuffled so far. Here comes Ty Gibbs trying to battle Austin Dillon, but no, Austin Dillon and Noah Gregson are going to pull ahead. Now here comes the bottom line. Kevin Harvick gets a big shove. Brad Keselowski is in the middle. Trying to make something happen. He is trying to catch up to that number 10 who runs second. Austin Dillon leads lap number 3. Dillon, Gregson, Stenhouse, Jones, the top 4 are all single file. I believe Kurt Busch just got shuffled out. Yes, he did. Wow, the bottom line doesn't have much help. Chase Briscoe almost got turned in the back. Here comes a big shove from Ty Gibbs. Dillon still has the lead. We begin, what lap is it? I think it's lap 4. We begin lap 4. Dillon, Gibbs, Gregson. Keselowski's up to 4th. Right now, it's Noah Gregson's championship to lose, of course, as he is the highest running out of all of the playoff drivers, as we're coming to lap number 5. Lap number 5, Ryan Blaney makes a big move in the back. Daniel Suarez gets shuffled out because of it. Now Ty Gibbs is side by side with Austin Dillon. Jimmy Johnson is broken into the top 10. Yeah, Jimmy, he needs a good night. He doesn't need a good night, he needs a great night if he wants to be champion. They are side by side for the lead between Dillon and Gibbs. Now Gibbs breaks ahead. Sorry, Austin Dillon breaks ahead. We begin lap number 6. Ryan Preece gets shuffled out. Brad is thinking about moving. He stays in line. Christopher Bell is rising to the front. Same with Chris Buescher. Holy cow, all the championship contenders are up in the front besides Ryan Blaney. And all of the retiring guys are in the back. Martin Truex gets kicked down to the bottom. Now it's Dillon and Gregson who are in the lead. We begin lap number 7. Dillon, Gregson, Stenhouse, and Jones all pull ahead of Ty Gibbs' line. On lap number 7, the top 4 are single file. Everybody's trying to stay in line at this moment. Looking good for Austin Dillon, though. Austin Dillon's having a really good race. Kurt Busch goes to the bottom. We begin lap number 8. The top 5 are single file. Shane Van Gisbergen up to 5th. And Noah Gregson thinking about moving low? It was. Gregson did think about it. He's still in line, though. Lap number 9 begins. Still Dillon, still Gregson. Gregson's going to get some good stage points if he finishes where he does. He probably should stay in line for second. I don't think he needs to win. he can get stage points right here, this will be huge. Last lap in the stage incoming. This is pretty big for all the championship contenders. Trying to run down Gregson. The 10, 17, 6, and 20 are all inside the top 10. Man, Jimmy got kicked down to the curb, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He's all the way back in the mid-pack. Not much is happening. Here is Austin Dillon coming out of turn 4, and Austin Dillon wins stage number 1 over Noah Gregson. Ty Gibbs gets 4th, or 3rd. Stenhouse 4th, Jones 5th, Cindric 6th, Van Gisbergen 7th, Brad 8th, Bush 9th, and Chris Buescher gets 10th. So all of the the Roush guys and Gregson get stage points. And Austin Dillon is looking good in the lead right now. We'll get back to that battle here in a second as I got to get the results taken care of. So what is it? It's Austin Dillon, it's Noah Gregson, then it's Ty, then it's Stenhouse. I believe Eric Jones is 5th. Yeah, it's Eric Jones, then Cindric, then Van Gisbergen, Brad Bush, and Bush Herb. That's the top 10. All right. Let me make sure that's the top 10 before I bring everything back. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. All right. Lap 11. Nothing has really changed in the past couple of laps. We've really gotten into a lull right now. All this does is help Noah Gregson. And in fact, here is a move finally being made by somebody as Kyle Larson, who is dead last in 35th, has made a move. He goes to the bottom. This will bring the 6 closer to the 10 as we begin lap 12. Ooh, Reddick kicks Truex down. Truex goes down. Gibbs is going to fall back. Coming to lap number 13. Ryan Blaney thinking about moving. Same with William Byron and Alex Bowman. But it's looking good for Noah Gregson right now. Yeah, as soon as Noah got that good qualifying result, I knew he was going to be tough to beat. When he was at the back last week, it's really hard for him to get to the front. But when he's at the front, it's really hard for him to go to the back. As we begin lap number 14. Alex Bowman moves down. Alex Bowman's out of line. As his 7th place is in jeopardy. Halfway through the championship race. Probably the tamest it's been so far ever in a championship race. Austin Dillon in the lead. Noah Gregson is 2nd. Stenhouse, Gibbs, Jones, Keselowski, Van Gisbergen, the top 7. Coming to lap number 16. Kyle Larson drops down. Michael McDowell thinking about moving. lap 7, or this is lap 8? No, it's 17. The top line has been the really dominant line. Austin Dillon has dominated this championship race so far. Ty Gibbs has thought about moving down. Kurt Busch did move down in the back. But it's all Noah Gragson right now in the championship race. Hell, the only one that's really trying anything is Blaney in the back. It's not getting him anywhere. Lap 18. Truex moves back. Still everything has really been the same. Coming to lap number 19. 2 to go in stage 2. Still no cautions. Oh, Noah Gragson! He's going to move! Gragson goes to the bottom! Here we go. Noah Gragson making a very bold move. Cindric gets in front of Brad. That is huge for the championship race. Now Cindric goes back to the bottom. Oh, Brad's thinking about moving. Eric Jones moves. Ricky Stenhouse is moving. Or are they going to stick in line? I think they are going to stick in line. Here we go. Last lap on the stage. Stenhouse and Jones move. They move back up top. White flag is out. Middle line losing momentum. Chastain thinking about a 4th line. Still Dillon in the lead. Chris Buescher's up to Gragson though. So is Chris Buescher, and here comes Christopher Bell. Ross Chastain begins a 4th line. Tyler Reddick, Martin Truex. Last lap on the stage. Where is all the playoff contenders going to finish? Austin Dillon is going to win the stage barely over Noah Gragson. As he gets 2nd again. Stenhouse 3rd. Jones 4th. Van Gisbergen 5th. Buescher gets 6th. Noah gets 18 stage points. Chris Buescher, he's going to get 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 5 for Chris Buescher. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Bell gets 3. Everybody else, Johnson and Blaney get no stage points at all. Brad will end up with 3, Bell with 3, Gragson with 18, Buescher with 6th. But Austin Dillon, is anybody going to take this from Austin Dillon? I doubt it. As we are in the home stretch, there has never been a caution-free race in the Diecast Racing Cup Series. We might get one tonight. No one is wrecked. We're on lap 21. I thought there'd be a lot more wrecking. There's a championship on the line. But nope, there has not been a lot of wrecking. Dillon and Gragson are still side by side. Now you have to beat Noah straight up, but he has a ton of stage points now. Going to be really tough to beat him if he doesn't follow the race. He's still battling Dillon. Lap 22. Here comes some more momentum to the lines below Gragson, but Gragson is just hanging on with the 3 and the 47. William Byron gets shuffled out. Going to lap 23. Austin Dillon might lead every lap of this race. Oh, Gragson falls. Gragson finally falls back. He is side by side with Chris Buescher. Christopher Bell's trying to do something. 4 of the championship contenders are all right together in the back half of the top 10, with Johnson and Blaney struggling. As it stands, Noah Gragson is going to be the champion. Everything going perfectly for Stuart Haas Racing. Besides that, he isn't winning, but he's contending for it. Lap 23. Somebody's going to have to make a move. Here goes Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch makes the move. Look at everybody thinking about dropping. Coming to lap number 24. Gregson is still hanging on. Still hanging on the second. He, Dillon, and Stenhouse are having an amazing battle. But I think this race might go caution-free, and this 10 car might come through as the champion. As long as nothing silly happens, I think he'll be fine. But can anybody mount a charge? We're coming to lap 25, I believe. Yeah, lap 25. Nobody can do anything. Gregson is falling back again. He's going to lose momentum. Chris Buescher is now ahead of him. Chris Buescher is the highest championship-rated driver, championship contender, but he is 40 points back. Honestly, even more now after the stage points add up. Whoa! Shit. Michael McDowell drops out of line. Alright, Kyle Busch's car is okay. Lap 26. Gregson still hanging on with Dillon and Stenhouse. Here goes Ty Gibbs again, trying to do something. Oh, Hamlin and Blaney. Chastain and Busch get shuffled out. Austin Dillon still dominating. Is this going to be a night that Austin Dillon remembers? Could this be the best performance ever in a Diecast Racing Series race? Will this be the race that goes caution-free? Kyle Busch drops. Cindric's looking middle. Bell's looking to the middle as well. But it's going to be Cindric who makes it there. He makes it. Getting down the crunch time, and I think Noah Gragson has this one sealed up. Lap 28 begins. It's been Noah Gragson's season since he won at Dover. It has been his year. In 3 laps' time, he's going to be the champion. Just got to make it to those 3 laps, and you cannot crash. Ryan Blaney is making a charge. Here comes Ryan Blaney on the bottom. 2 laps to go. It's been Austin Dillon all night. Is it going to be his night yet again? Dillon, Stenhouse, Jones were all in the playoffs, but they got eliminated from championship contention. We are coming to the white flag. White flag this time. Is this going to be the first ever champion? Is this going to be the first ever caution-free race? Here comes the middle line. Gragson's up to 3rd. We're at the white flag lap. Final lap of the season. Dillon, Stenhouse, Gragson up to 3rd. Will he do anything? Can he do anything? think this is over. I think he's got it. I think we're going to have our first ever caution-free race. Here we come. Austin Dillon's got it. Here comes Noah Gregson, AJ Allmendinger. They're up there. Here comes the 10, and the 16. We're 3 wide. Here comes a big push for Noah Gregson. SHR might win their last ever race. Here they come, side by side to the flag. Austin Dillon wins caution-free race. Gregson's the champion. Unbelievable finish. Stuart Haas would love the win, but it doesn't happen. But they're just as happy. They're the champs. And Austin Dillon gets his 3rd win of the season. Flawless race from Noah Gregson. Congratulations, everybody, for finishing. That's history. You just watched history. Caution-free race. It was a pretty tame race, but nobody could beat that 10 car today. And it showed. Gregson, first ever championship. Front row, you are lucky to have him. The 10 team in their last ever race get the job done, and Stuart Haas Racing has their 3rd ever championship. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Austin Dillon on their 3rd win of the season. And he swept everything. You don't normally see that where they win stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. Hell, he might have led every lap tonight. And this race had a photo finish. That was the first time they challenged him all night. Yeah, he was awesome tonight. Let's see, Dillon won Phoenix. He won Pocono, that crazy race, and he won Gateway. Wow. Noah Gregson, when he needed a good result, got it done. And with with 2,225 points is the champion. Let's get everybody else's. Let's see who've got 1st through 6th in the standings. We'll do this right away before we get to the burnouts. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Brad got 8th. Busher got 9th. I think. Yeah, Busher did. Allmendinger gets a top 10 for colleague. Congrats to them. So 28 and 29 points for Brad and Busher. Brad 29, Busher 28. Let's see Brad's first, as he might have snagged 2nd place in the standings. Who knows? He finishes with 2,176 points. He might have passed Christopher Bell and Jimmy Johnson. I doubt it, but he's definitely ahead of Ryan Blaney. And so is Chris Busher. Ryan Blaney is 6th in the standings. I know that for a fact. Because he finishes down in the 30s tonight. They did not have the car. Chris Busher finishes 10 points behind his boss at 2,166. So Allmendinger's 27. Wallace is 26. Christopher Bell got 12th tonight. So he finishes with 25 place points. So he is probably going to finish 2nd in the standings. He's at 2,185 points. So he finished 40 points behind Noah Gregson. Now let's see what Jimmy had, because he finishes in 15th. So that's 22 for Jimmy. Does he get second in the standings in his last race? And then we'll give our tributes to Truex, Kurt Busch, and Harvick, who all had pretty bad nights. Jimmy had 22 points just in general. And I believe that's going to put him at 2,177 points. So he just gets ahead of Brad. Now, Ryan Blaney, he had the worst night out of all of them. He gets 35th, 34th, 33rd, 32nd. And that's only... 35th is 2 points. 34th is 3. 33rd is 4. He only got 5 points on the night. 5 points for Ryan Blaney. So he is going to probably finish. He might not even get 6th in the standings. He might fall behind some people. Yeah, he very well could fall behind the likes of Austin Dillon. Speaking of which, I'll do his points right now. Yeah, he's behind Austin Dillon. Ryan Blaney's not even going to finish 6th in the standings. Holy crap. But now we're going to get everything together. Kyle Busch is 35th. Ryan Preece, 34th. Not what he needed job-wise. Kurt Busch is 33rd. Ryan Blaney, 32nd. William Byron, 31st. Kevin Harvick, 30th. Martin Truex, 29th. Not the send-offs they were wanting. Michael McDowell, 28th. Let's get this started up here. Stenhouse, 3rd. Cindric, 4th. Eric Jones got a top 5. Ty Gibbs gets 6th. Shane Van Gisbergen in a 7th. Brad Keselowski 8th. And then Chris Buescher 9th and AJ Allmendinger gets a top 10. Bubba Wallace 11th. Christopher Bell 12th. Corey LaJoie 13th. He had a solid run tonight. Joey Logano 14th. Jimmy Johnson could not get it done 15th. As Noah was the only Stewart-Haas car up in the front the entire night. 16th for Chase. 17th for Kyle Larson. Josh Berry gets 8th. Or Josh Berry gets 18th. Alex Bowman 19th. Tyler Reddick 20th, Denny Hamlin 21st, and then Todd Gilliland is 22nd. Chase Briscoe, Stewart-Haas Racing's last race, he will finish 23rd. 24th for Ross, 25th for the Pulsar, John Hunter Nemechek. Man, it was a struggle if you got shuffled to the back. You really could not make it up to the front. Harrison Burton 26th. Suarez 27th, Micah McDowell, and then obviously all these guys back here. But yeah, basically what we learned tonight is when you got shuffled to the back, you were not making it back up to the front. Everybody who started the race up front finished the race up front, and I think Austin Dillon may have led every lap. That is not even a joke. He might have led every single lap tonight, which is absolutely unheard of in this series. That's also never been done. So I'm going to have to check that. I'm pretty sure he did, but I'm not 100% sure. We will have to see on that. But what I do know is I have to get these results done. So I will most likely have to bring the computer over here and then get the results done, and then we can get the celebrations underway. But what's going to happen is we're going to have every retired driver stop by, and they're going to be 4 wide on the front stretch or at the start-finish line. And then they're going to all back up, and they're going to do separate burnouts in their final races in their final race. They will definitely all do burnouts. They will. Actually, we'll try and get them all at the same time. Let's try and do that. Let's get the results underway first. Dylan first, Gregson second. Dylan the winner, Gregson second, champion. Ricky Stenhouse, he gets third. Back-to-back third-place finishes for that team. Austin Singer gets a nice fourth tonight. He came from deep in the field to get that one. Eric Jones got fifth. Back-to-back fifth-place finishes for the 43 team. Nice, good job for him. Ty Gibbs gets his top 10, sixth. Shane Van Gisbergen comes home at seventh. Brad Keselowski, eighth. Not quite to get the title. Almost got third in the standings, but he'll settle for fourth. Chris Buescher, ninth. Not what he wanted. And then the colleague, AJ Allmendinger, how about them? They get a top 10. They're looking decent next year. They look decent already. Bubba Wallace is 11th. Christopher Bell gets 12th. They could have gained more points at some of those races where Noah didn't finish. This could be a lot different right now. 13th for Corey LaJoie. Joey Logano, 14th. Jimmy Johnson, 15th. Not quite enough. The 84 and 20 teams are probably just thinking about Martinsville right now, where they could have gained so many points on Noah because he was running so poorly, and then they both got shuffled to the back and they finished right by him, so they barely gained anything. Chase Elliott 16th. Kyle Larson is 17th. Josh Berry 18th. Alex Bowman 19th. Wow, Hendrick. All the Hendrick guys were all around each other. Besides William Byron, he's in the back. Alex Bowman definitely did not hang on the 7th in the standings. Tyler Reddick gets 20th. 21st is Denny Hamlin. Todd Gilliland gets 22nd. Third is Chase Briscoe. Only gained 12 spots the whole night. Ross Chastain gets 24th. And just for the record, he probably would have lost the championship due to his performance tonight if he was in. But from Darlington, which was the regular season finale, to now, he finished 5 of the possible 8 races inside the top 10. 2 of them were second place finishes. Insane run. John Hunter Nemechek, the pole sitter. He gets 25th. Where is he? There's John Hunter. Um, 26th is Harrison Burton. Daniel Suarez, 27th. 28th for Michael McDowell. Where the hell is Michael McDowell? Oh, he's right here. 29th, Martin Truex. 30th for Kevin Harvick. William Byron gets 31st. Ryan Blaney, awful performance, 32nd. Kurt Busch is 33rd. Ryan Preece, 34th. And dead last, Kyle Busch in 35th. So that's all the results. Now, it is time to honor the greats. Coming out to the front stretch now, here's Kurt Busch. The last race for that M&M's number 18 Toyota that his brother made famous. That won a championship. Here he comes to the front stretch. He's going to park up high. Then out comes his teammate. Both in their last race together for Joe Gibbs Racing. Martin Truex. Here he comes. Had a wonderful career. Finally got double-digit wins. He did that at Indy. Great to see them both in the playoffs in their last year ever. Kevin Harvick. Not the swan song season he wanted. Probably should have stayed retired after that championship, but it was still a great career for Kevin. And, man, it was nice to see that 29 car out on track. And then, last but not least, Jimmy Johnson, the boss man of Legacy Motor Club. It was awesome to see him in the championship fight in his last race.
Oh, the other bone? Is that what you want? The other bony bone?
And he will park it on the bottom of the front straight away. So now it is time to let these engines basically let them rip. Here we go. Here comes Kurt Busch. He'll get the burnout started. Hey, thank you, Kurt Busch. Legendary career.